Hello, how we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and today we are sorting cards for grading purposes. We are going to break apart a set, just like we did in the 1989 Upper Deck set a few videos back in the series. Today, though, we're going to try the 1991 score. I chose this one because you guys wouldn't be able to see it because of the green screen. Just joking. But yeah, this is the 91 score set. There's a couple rookies in here. Mike Mussina, Chipper Jones, Mo Vaughn. But this is going to be a big filler for my PC. Getting all the guys that go in my PC. And we talked about this in previous episodes where I'm scaling down. So there are 30 retired players allowed to be kept by me. I'm not allowing myself to keep anything but rookies or super special cards aside from those 30 players. Who those 30 players are, I haven't determined yet, but I'm getting a better feel for who they are, and this, I would not be surprised if a good portion, 25 to at least 25 of the 30 will probably be available in this set. It's old enough to get sure Carlton Fisk is probably still in the set, and yet newer enough to get Ken Griffey Jr. and them. So the only ones that won't make the set are the Derek Jeters or the Albert Pujols, stuff like that. So most of my 30 will be in the set. I will also be collecting more than those 30 for the time being until I nail down who those 30 are. So we get to go through and see. Now, just like with the 89 Upper Deck, we are not going to do all of the cards. This one actually has 900 cards in it. The Upper Deck had 800. We're going to split this up into 4 groupings of approximately 230-ish cards. And then do 4 videos of it. But there we go. We just popped that out. It's now empty. You can't tell it's empty because of the green screen. But all right, and then I'm going to put on my gloves and let's make them into stacks. By making them into stacks, these are, I can tell by the color coordination and the cards that this is probably already in order. This isn't one of the sets that I put in order when I was a kid. I didn't take it apart and put it in order when I was a kid. But I do feel like it's already in order because all the greens are together. There's this big strip of black that happens to be like the franchise cards. And so I can see how all the things of the set are all already there. So I'm under the assumption that they've already put it in order, which is fine. I don't mind it being in order. We'll see how that plays out in the grand scheme of things, which cards we get and which cards we don't. And I mean, when we get them, we'll get them all. But all right, so we're going to start off by taking this stack right here. And we're just going to go through this stack. And once this stack is done, the video's done. But as I said, this is more about my PC than it is about sending cards off. Now, there will be cards to send off to get graded. I suspect there will be a good 10 cards from this set. 3 rookies and probably another 7 special Bo card or special Nolan Ryan card or something. We'll see how it pans out. But here we go. Oh, you know what? I never put this back in the other set. I need to do that. All right. So let's see what we get. We got Jose De Leon, Mark Knudsen, Larry Walker, Bob Kominski, Sean Abner, Kevin Seitzer, Stan Javier, Omar Vizquel, Dwight Smith, Mark Portugal, Bobby Ojeda, Kent Anderson, Kurt Young, Jeff King. Let's the camera shifted a little, so let's move my head over here so I'm not blocking the book. Sammy Sosa in his White Sox outfit. He is probably one of the 30 I collect. He's definitely in the running. Edgar Martinez, Mike Morgan, Shane Mack, Stan Belinda, Sid Bream, Jerry Don Gleaton, Mark McGuire is 100% in the 30. That one I know is a top 30 for me. Paul O'Neill, Mark Heaton, Scott Terry, Joey Cora, John Wetland, R.J. Reynolds, Steve Crawford, Les Lancaster, Mackie Sasser, Lance McCullers, Kevin McReynolds, Mike Lavalari, Charlie Hayes, and Gerald Clark. All right, let's get those put together. Jose De Leon was number 221. So these are not in order per se. They were pre-sectioned, it looks like, but they're out of order. So that's something at least. Would have, as a kid, they would have given me something to do. I like to open them and put them in order. That was how I saw every card, was by putting them in order, and then I put them back in the box. Mike Devereaux, Dave Valley. I just never got to these sets. I never did this. By 91, I kind of stopped doing that, I guess. Pete Incavilla, Henry Cotto, Glenn Wilson, Tim Cruz, Keith Miller, Mike Harkey, Terry Pendleton, Bert Blyleven, Lenny Dykstra, Ted Power, Mickey Tettleton, Dan Plesac. Randy Johnson is a maybe. I don't think so, but Randy Johnson's a possibility. Eddie Murray is definitely a maybe. Bobby Bonilla is going to be a no. I just don't think there's enough for me to get him into the 30. Barry Bonds is a definite yes. Dwight Evans, Todd Zeal, Tom Brunansky, Teddy Higuera, Carlton Fisk is almost definitely a yes. Bobby Thigpen, I love you, but you're not going to make the top 30. Brian Holman, Ramon Martinez, Rafael Ramirez, Robin Ventura is probably. Gary Gaetti, I'm going to put that over here and send that to Bartender Shane. Marty Barrett, Mike Boddicker, Rob Deere, Mike Hartley, Kevin Napier, Steve Jeltz, Nelson Liriano, Kent Herback, also going to Shane, and Franklin Stubbs. I don't send him every twin, just those notable Twins legends, even if they're not baseball legends. Brian Harper, Frank Tanana, Daryl Akersfeld, Don Carmen, Jeff Ballard, Steve Buechele, Jeff Hudson, Jeff Russell, Gary Wayne, Lou Whitaker. Man, I wish Lou Whitaker was good enough to get into my top 30, but Greg Maddux is 100% in my top 30. Definitely, no doubt. Jay Bell. Met Jay Bell once when I was a kid. Gary Rios, Marquise Grissom, Darren Dalton, Yvonne Calderon. We've talked about Yvonne Calderon before. Steve Finley, Carlos Martinez, Jero Perry, Jeff Musselman, Steve Wilson, Dave Smith, Jeff Pico, Tom Browning, Jack Armstrong, Brady Anderson, Greg Harris, Steve Lyons, Luis Rivera, Don Ass, Harold Baines, Jack Doherty, Bob Welsh, and Eric Yielding. All right, now we're on to a new type of card. Cooperstown card. This is what I'm talking about. Nolan Ryan, which definitely it goes into my collection, except for something like this. I think I'm going to get graded. Do I think a 1991 score Nolan Ryan Cooperstown card is worth anything? Graded? Nope. Do I think if it comes back a 10, it'll look badass? Yep. Do I think that someone, if that came back as a 10, would pay more than the cost of grading it? Yep. Do I think the pop count is going to be low on that? Yep. And that's why we do it. That's the thought process. All right, then we have Will Clark. He's fringe. He might make my 30, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. Brett is more likely to make my 30. Ricky Henderson is definitely in my 30. Griffey is definitely in my 30. In fact, he is definitely in my 30, but he's also like Nolan Ryan. This is early enough in his career. He is one of the Magic 5 that I talk about. Nolan Ryan, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire. And the 5th being Don Mattingly for some reason. Makes no sense. But I know that I am spoiled. I am biased with the Mattingly thing. But because the Mattingly is my biggest guy, I'm just seeing the prices of trying to buy Mattingly cards, and it's absurd. And people grade 1988 Topps Mattinglys, and they sell. So, for some reason, Don Mattingly. Barry Larkin, he's on the fringe. Wade Boggs is definitely going to be one of those 30. Benito Santiago, not so much. Kirby Puckett, there's one under that. Kirby Puckett is 100%. In these Dream Team goes, Ken Griffey Jr. Dream Team. We may send that as well. Kirby Puckett is 100% one of my guys. There's no doubt. He's he's definitely top 10. He's very much close to the top 5. But we can send that Griffey as well. The good thing about this set, not the good thing about it, a good thing about this set is I have another one of these sets. So I can do this all over again. Kirby Puckett goes into mine. So does Ricky Henderson. So does Wade Boggs. Barry Larkin may not make it, but for now he does. Roberto Alomar does not make it. He would have in the past, but now that I've cut it down to 30, there's no way he gets past some of the others. Will Clark is probably not going to make it, but we're going to give him a chance. No to Randy Myers. No to Doug Jones. No to Dave Stewart. And Frank Viola, no as well, but I think he's on the Twins here. He's dressed up. Does not say his team, but we're going to say that is a Twin, and we're going to send that also to Shane. All right, 2 stacks about this big left. We got Greg Gagne, also one of those Twins we send to Shane. Doug Dascasine Zenzo, Gino Petrelli, Matt Williams. Matt Williams is likely one of my 30. Actually, he's not. I love me some Matt Williams, but if I'm collecting base cards, I'll go and I'll find every special and every rookie card of Matt Williams, but I don't think I want to be collecting his base cards. I think I can kick him out, but we'll get to that. Roy Smith, that's part of what I need to take into consideration too. I have the guys I love, Matt Williams, Travis Fryman, Robin Ventura, but do I really want to be collecting their base cards, or is that something I want to save for those really, those greater guys? Jeff Robin, like I could see me, if I was just doing it on who I liked, just that, Andre Dawson doesn't make it in, and those 3 guys do. But I think I'd much rather collect Andre Dawson base cards than Travis Fryman base cards. So it's stuff like that I got to think about. Juan Berenger, Ken Oberfell, Tom Glavine, definitely. Willie Randolph, not so much. Jeff Coate, no. Mel Hall, no. Jim Eisenreich, sorry. Eric Anthony. Randy Velarde. Matt Young. Jack Morris. Junior Felix. Tom Gordon. Rob Murphy. Bill Gulkinson. Dan Gladden. Lance Johnson, Jeff Montgomery, Eric Davis. I'm going to do it right now. Eric Davis is not going to make my 30. We've talked back and forth about Eric Davis on this channel, on this series, for the last 5 or 6 episodes. At least 5 or 6 episodes where I'm opening the baseball sets from the old days. But he's just not going to make my top 30. He's not. I'll collect his rookies, but that's about it. Mark Guberzaw, John Smoltz, probably, Jeff Robinson, Greg Ketterer, and Steve Farr. All right, last little section of guys. See if anyone in here makes it. If not, we still had a successful quarter of the set. Cecil Fielder, Paul Gibson, Jesse Barfield, Don Paul, still won't come out. Don Paul, Greg Hibbard, Mike Heath, Mitch Williams, Pete Smith, Kirby Puckett, love that guy, Hojo, Howard Johnson, Sid Fernandez, Mark Carrion, Jeff Brantley, Bruce Hurst, Pedro Guerrero, Jay Buhner, Gary Carter, that was another one. Oh, oof. I was like, I feel like there was more than one. Yeah, after Pedro Guerrero was George Brett. He's definitely he's maybe on the fringe. But Gary Carter is one we added after not for a while. I don't think he makes my top 30. In fact, I'm sure he does not make top 30. George Bell, Dave Magadan, Mark Grace, Rick Aguilera. He's a twin, and I definitely know Aguilera's name. I'll send him to Shane. Kenny Rogers, Dave Stewart, Alan Anderson, Mike Greenwell, Barry Jones, Dave LaPointe, Dennis Boyd, Mike Fitzgerald, Gary Pettis, Chris Quinn, Brooke Jacoby, Dave West, Mike Hennigan, Phil Stevenson, Jim Acker, Scott Sanderson, Mark Parent, Luis Salazar, Jim DeHaces, and Tim Belcher. All right. So, what did we pull? We pulled 3 cards that we're going to get graded. We're going to get this Nolan Ryan graded. We're going to get this Ken Griffey Jr. graded. And we're going to get this Dream Team Ken Griffey Jr. graded. So, little surprised that Ryan didn't have a Dream Team. He's not part of the Dream Team. That's crazy. But still awesome. We'll get those graded. Also, for my Collect PC, we're going to have a small stack here, some of which will not make it. I suspect the Will Clarks will not make it, so those will come out. Everyone else probably still makes it. Will Clark is the only one that I put in there that I was like, I just don't think it's going to happen. And then we have a small stack that we're sending to, and considering this was only a quarter of the box and he got 5, I mean, if he gets 20 cards from the set, that's quite a good haul for someone who did nothing but be an awesome bartender to me. And a good friend too. And then these are all going in the giveaway pile. So, all right, guys, I will see you soon. More videos to come. I'm not done. I never will be. So I hope you hang around. We will be doing another handful of random cards, and then we'll get back to doing this set in 2 videos. So I'll see you then. Make sure you click like and subscribe. Join us in Discord. And if you like fantasy football, come into the Discord and say you want to get involved, and we'll kick you over to the other Discord where we do a lot of sports talking. So see you then.